What's up, YouTube? I've been thinking a lot lately about just some problems with our monetary policy. I want to talk about it today. And the first thing I wanted to say was probably the easiest way to stop identity theft in America is to require that all debit cards and credit cards have your picture right on them, just like your driver's license or any other ID. Like, it's logical, common sense, and it's easy. The technology is already there. And furthermore, why don't you have to enter your PIN code when you purchase something online? So that way, if, say, I stole your credit card or something, I'm going to get home and be like, you don't look like me, and what, am I going to guess your PIN code? You know what I mean? There'd be hardly anything you could do with it. Those are two easy changes that we should make because, I mean, nowadays currency in America is pretty much digital. Like, most people just pull out their card and swipe it, and there you go. And identity theft is a problem. And I hate seeing all these commercials for Identity Lock or whatever these identity protection companies are. Like, I'm supposed to pay fucking, I don't know, $19 a month or whatever it is to have my identity protected. Like, the America I used to know, if you go out and make a bad investment, say like, I don't know, give somebody a credit card on some contract, and it turns out that you didn't even have the right person or some kid with a fake ID or whatever fake card somehow signed up for that shit, you just made a bad investment. Like, that was your loss. Like, yeah, it sucks, but like to think that, well, now we're going to have the court system come and track down whoever's identity actually paid for it or whatever, like ruin somebody's life if they don't have this identity protection just to prevent somebody from stealing their identity, when it's as simple as, hey, let's put a picture on these debit cards and credit cards and maybe make people use a PIN code when they order shit online. But you're supposed to pay $19 a month to some company to take care of it, probably give them all your social security number and shit over the phone or over the internet. Like, it's a fucking joke. And it's easy to fix, but they don't care. But back to fiat currency. Everyone's talking about the debt crisis and a possible dollar collapse. And I've been thinking about this for a long time too. Like, if you keep just printing fucking money, yeah, it gets worth less and less and less. And that's why our dollar is worth so little, and gas and food and shit like that is worth so much money. I think you already know that. I'm not going to go into it. But what I want to talk about is, it seems to me that, say, if there's only $1 million in our economy, and we keep having more and more kids born and more people working, the productive base, I don't know what you want to call it, the means of production for our country would increase because there's more people working, and the dollar amount would be the same, so therefore dollars would be worth more as it was more spread out, and there was more that could be done with the dollar. I hope that made sense. I think it did. I don't want to say it over again, but pretty much it seems to me dollars should be getting worth more and more as time goes on, and there's more working power in our country to divide among those dollars. But they keep printing more dollars, and somehow they're getting worth less and less and less. And on top of that, when you put your money in a bank, that bank loans it out to other people. So if we all have our money in the bank, you know, saving it away for retirement or whatever, thinking it's there, and that bank goes out and loans it to a bunch of people who go out and buy property, it raises the property value all around the fucking country. And like, that's why we have this property bubble. And now people want their money back, and people are realizing, the bank gave that money away. The money's in two places. Like, it's so retarded. Like, digital currency could work, but we can't just have this, like, we're going to loan other people's shit away and then, you know, fucking, like, play musical chairs, and I'll try to get our mortgages back or pay our mortgage bills at the end of the month when there's not enough money in the system if they stop loaning that money out. Like, the way things were going, they had to keep, you know, giving out that many loans and shit to everybody to keep that much money in circulation so that we could all pay our bills and so that the property was actually worth that much money. But obviously, I think a lot of people know now, if you're living in property and you have no income, that property probably is not worth what people once said it was. And it's a complicated issue, but here's what I want to get to. If the dollar does collapse, a lot of us are thinking, well, I bought gold. We're going to go to gold. You know, the gold standard is what it should be. And that makes sense on a lot of levels, but there's some problems with it too that I don't think a lot of people have thought out. And like, I hear Glenn Beck and Coast to Coast AM and Sean Hannity's show and all these commercials for buy gold, 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 gold. The dollar collapses if we keep printing money, it gets worth less and less. Watch the price of gold go up. Like, yeah, we know. But I'm kind of thinking there's actually people that want the dollar to collapse and they want us to switch to a gold-based currency. And the reason for that is because they have a whole shit ton of gold. Like, America does not have the majority of the gold in the world. So if gold became the new currency, we kind of just lost a lot of power in the world. Like, we are not the richest country anymore, and I guess it's arguable if we are or not. But all our resources are still here. Everything still is here. But what's going to happen is the gold from other places in the world, like international, multinational corporations or whatever, are going to come in and set up companies, and they're going to be the ones, through economy of scale, benefiting from all of our resources and all the wealth that was actually here. If we let gold go to the new currency, that's really bad news for America, because what will happen is wealth from overseas will come in and take it up. Now, a better alternative, I think, is to keep some sort of paper fiat currency. It could be digital. I mean, if we're going to go digital, which we already are, I want pictures on the ID cards that you're swiping, and I want PIN numbers, when you're ordering shit online, just to be more secure. But fiat currency should be rooted in the land that is right there. Like, if you have to pay your property taxes in fiat dollars, and we just quit printing more of them like we have been doing, the money will retain its value. So then you know that if I come to America, or if I live in America, or whatever, and I want to own land, or pay my sales tax, or income tax, or whatever tax you have set up, I have to get that many fiat dollars to pay it. So long as you have people still wanting to do shit to pay their taxes, buy consumer goods and pay a sales tax, or own property and pay a property tax, whatever you want to set up, that money will hold its value, provided that we quit just printing a whole shit ton of money. Like, it's really that simple. People don't get it, but quantitative easing and a whole bunch of, big words that they like to hide behind confuses the matter, but it's that simple. Like, they're counterfeiting money, and if they're going to bail out all these fucking banks or have this stimulus package, where are the bullet trains, Obama? How come we don't have wireless internet in all these cities yet? Like, what the fuck did we just get? We just gave all this money to some bankers. And if we're just going to do that, shouldn't somebody at least, we paid your bills for you? Like, yeah, the Smiths down the street just got their mortgage paid off, and so did the Joneses and all these other people. Like, no. We still have all our debt. I still have my fucking college loans, It's insane. We just gave away a bunch of money, and at the same time made all the money that we all have worth fucking less. Wake the fuck up, America. Like, this is simple, simple shit. We need to get the Federal Reserve in order. We should just end it. Like, straight up, monetary policy and the wars are the biggest issues in the upcoming election. And Ron Paul is the most sensible candidate the Republicans have. Like, I don't know. I would have voted for Bush way back when, before he started all the warmongering. Like, my parents were Republicans. I consider myself kind of conservative, but I voted for Obama because we really needed change. It turned out Obama was full of shit, too. And I can tell Mitt Romney, Sarah Palin, I don't even know, Huckabee, all these other fucking tools that you see on lamestream media, they're going to be the same thing. They're tools. Ron Paul is the only person who's different and who's actually talking about real issues like, hey, we can't just keep printing money. It's that fucking obvious. Like, Ron Paul needs to be the Republicans' candidate for the 2012 presidential election, because he's the only person that will probably get me back voting. Like, if it's Mitt Romney versus Obama, I'm staying home. Might come out to vote for recreational marijuana in Colorado, but really, we can have a fiat currency that's worth something because you have to pay your taxes with it. If we all had to pay our property taxes in fiat currency, which we do, it will retain its value. Like, we could make this dollar worth what it is, but we just can't keep printing a bunch of it. It's that obvious. Like, all these people that want to go to a gold currency, that will fuck America up. For real, we will lose a lot of power in the world. Like, yeah, the dollar's collapsing, it's worth less, but America still has all these resources, still has all this land. Everyone still wants to come on vacation here. It's got California, all these nice places, the East Coast. Like, it is not just going to fall apart because the dollar collapses. If we go to gold, Walmart is going to come in. All these big corporations that are already here are just going to get worse. Like overseas multinational money is going to dominate the fucking world. Where is all the gold from the bottom of the World Trade Center? I hope all that gold is still out in Fort Knox that they say it is, but who the fuck knows? Like, really? We don't want to just go to a gold currency, I don't think. That's about it. Like, really, the American dollar is necessary to keep America together. If it just collapses, gold will rule the world. Oh yeah, I'm going to end it right here. But one stupid other thing I was thinking about, if I go out and get health care through my work, or if I have health insurance, shouldn't dental insurance be free with that? Like, your mouth is not part of health overall anymore? I was just watching over what I had recorded earlier, and I was thinking about it, and I know somebody was going to say, well, even if we have this fiat currency, don't you still think it should be backed in gold? And, like, yeah, I understand the theory behind it. In other videos I've had in the past, you could look through them and see, I don't know which one, I've talked about maybe having money backed by, several different precious metals or whatever. But what that would mean is that at some point, if I want to come down there and say, hey, I want $10 worth of gold or platinum or whatever, they have to give me, this many ounces of platinum, or like, for you to set your money worth that, it would be like a set exchange. So then, if for whatever reason, like a new use for gold comes up, or a gold scarcity, if the price of gold raises, everyone's going to go in there and be like, hey, I want my gold back. I want my gold back. And it's going to fuck shit up. But if you have your fiat currency that we have now pretty much based in the land, based in property, based in the taxes, based in that the U.S. military is going to protect you in this country, like, I don't... It sounds crazy to explain it like that, but like that's pretty much what it is. Like, if I own land in America, or if I do business here, I'm entitled to the military protecting my shit. That gives our dollar value. And as long as we don't just keep printing a bunch of it, as long as you have to pay taxes here to do business here in fiat currency, that's a controlled currency, we'll be just fine.